Example, Quality Control Plan for Consultants. To view the pre-award phase presentation, please go to 1. www.pbsrg.com 2. Click on PIPs 3. Click on UMN 4. Scroll down and click on the pre-award phase educational video. Username is Uncontrolled. Password is 5768. This video was originally made for construction, but the same principles are applied to consultants. If you have any questions, please contact your CPPM project manager or project coordinator, or PIPS associate. pipsatom.edu. Name of project Quality Control Plan. Name of project Company name. Date of pre-award meeting. Procurement method. Sole sourcing competitive RFP process. Summary of the project scope of the project location of the project. Here are a list of items that could be included on this slide. Scope of the project. Location of the project. Completed project will include project contact list. List contact information for consultants, sub-consultants, and any U of M personnel that is associated with this project. Project financial summary. A summary of changes agreed upon during the pre-award phase, and its associated cost for the project. Original design fee. Value-added options. Any additional client cost. Project total design cost. Change order markup %. All risk items are carried into the basic services and should include no additional cost. Value-added options. List original value-added options with price and impact to schedule. State whether the option was accepted or declined. Customer requested value-added options, if applicable. List original value-added options with price and impact to schedule. State whether the option was accepted or declined. Detailed work plan. A detailed breakdown of all design activities, including site investigation, programming, organizational concepts, schematic design phase, design development phase, construction documents, bidding, and contract administration. All significant activities that require actions by the design team. All significant activities that require actions by the client. Project schedule summary. Proceed order date. Pre-design completion date. Schematic design completion date. Design doc. Completion date. Construction doc. Completion date. Original project duration 20 days. Additional time for accepted 20 days value-added items. Adjusted project duration 20 days. Risk assessment plan special note. A complete list of all risks identified in the risk assessment plan and interview, if applicable, along with solutions to the risks. This includes the list of all risks identified by the other vendors with solutions to each risk. It is acceptable to add more detail to your previous solution provided in your RAVA plan. Special note. Do not correct grammar, spelling, or delete any risks from the original list. Please keep the original number associated to the risk when addressing it in the presentation. If there are duplications, you may address a group of risks, or in your solution refer back to a previous solution. See example of the following slide. Example, Risk Assessment Plan. Risk 1, working in and around occupied locker room, film rooms and training facilities causing disruption to staff and students. Solution, we will install temporary barriers to separate construction areas from occupied areas. Risk 2, Note 3 on Sheet B01 of 4 states that the owner will provide the benches. Solution, this is not a risk because benches have been delivered and is at the site. Risk 3, renovation of the locker room, will disrupt walking pattern. Solution, this has been addressed in the solution for risk number 1. Or group similar risks and categories. Disruption to space. Solution to all of the above. We will install temporary barriers to separate construction areas from occupied areas. Miscellaneous risks. Solution: this is not a risk. Uncontrolled risks list, outside of consultant's control, use if applicable. A complete list of factors which are outside the control of the vendor, e. Hidden conditions. This should include the following. Identify what the action or risk is. Identify what the vendor has done, or will do, to minimize the risk. Identify what the result may be if the risk still occurs. Identify what actions the client should take to minimize the risk if applicable. Example: uncontrolled risks list. Example format. Risk number 1, description of risk vendor does not control, or why it is a risk. Solution: provide your solution. Make sure it is identified at what point you have done everything reasonably possible. Identify the impact if the risk still exists after you have done everything reasonably possible. Step 1. Step 2. Step 3. Expected impact if risk occurs. For example, if we have done the above X steps and the risk still exists, there will be an impact to the budget schedule of $20 days. Action item checklist. A list of action items required by client, consultant, subconsultant, etc., listed on separate slides. This must include what the action is, a due date, a person that is responsible for making the decision, a proposed decision or best option, and what the result may be if the action doesn't occur. For client. For consultant, quality assurance. For subconsultant,